What's going on, y'all? I'm back once again, and today we're gonna be doing part 5 of how to make a great slot car in Roblox Studio. And in this episode, I'm just gonna say this is gonna get really advanced. It's just gonna be really advanced, and it's gonna just really enhance your car. And if y'all want, I can do like a special type of video on this where it's gonna be like super realistic lights and a bunch of other stuff, and like special digital gauges and other things. Just let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and sub. I greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 2,500 subs before August. I would greatly appreciate it. And with all that being said, let's get straight into the video. I will be showing you guys how to do surface appearance paint. Yeah, you heard me. I'll teach you how to do paint. So you see how the default lighting, it's like kind of reflective. It might look okay at first glance, but when it hits nighttime, this paint is like completely smooth. Like there's like no gloss and no shine whatsoever when it's nighttime, and this paint just looks god awful. So I will show you how to change that. So again, I will have some more models down in the description, and in the description there will be a link to a Google Doc where you can download a Roblox model called Paint Speckle. And yeah, trust me, it's not a virus, but all you have to do is when you download it, you just have to drag it into Roblox Studio from your folder, and that's all you got to do, and the model is inside your studio. So yeah, if you want to do that, then you can, or if you just want a regular surface appearance to make your paint look good, then you can do that as well. That is just completely optional, but I will show you how to install a Paint Speckle. So here's the model they want to insert right here. If you have a lighter color, I recommend doing the left one, which is more light. But if you have a darker color, then I do recommend doing this one right here. But since I'm going to kind of do like a more vibrant color, as an example, I will be using the lighter one. So you just want to press Ctrl D. And then make another clear coat, and then drag it into any of your paint parts, and it's going to look pretty good. So here's mine right here. I'll just make it like a green, for example, Hulk machine, and there you go. So if I take it off, there it is right there. See how it looks like really ugly, and it's just way too reflective. The surface appearance looks way better, and it's going to look way better at night. So if you're driving around at nighttime and the light shines on your car, it is going to reflect, which is really neat. And when you insert the paint speckle, it is going to pop up as a material, so it's going to look like this symbol right here, and you just want to drag it into material service once you insert it, and it should be named the big truck speckles. So in how you apply these speckles is you want to go to the same paint that you put your clear coat on, and then what you want to do, and here's what I recommend doing. I recommend labeling it. So this is going to be the clear coat, which has a surface appearance on it. So I'm going to label that clear coat, just so you know which ones to put the speckle on. And then you're going to duplicate that, and then you're going to name that duplicate speckle. So that's going to be the speckle effect. And then what you want to do is you want to remove the clear coat off of the speckle, and then you want to make the transparency to pretty much however you want. It depends on how vibrant or how visible you want the speckle to be, or just whatever you're using for the material underneath the clear coat. And then you want to go to where it says material variant under your properties, kind of near the top, and then you want to go and click the little arrow next to it, and then you want to select the big truck speckles, which is going to be the speckle material, and then boom. So when you apply it, it should look like this. This is way too much for me, so I'm going to turn up the transparency. If you turn up the transparency, it will be less visible, but if you turn it all the way up, it will be fully visible. So I'm going to kind of do it like right there. I feel like that's pretty good. So when the sun shines on it, it's going to appear, and if you're just looking at it regularly, you cannot even tell. Oh, and also here is an important thing. Go back to your material service, and then you want to click on big truck specials, and what you want to do is you want to have the material, make sure that the material pattern is organic and not regular. If you put regular, it's just going to like kind of like duplicate the texture, if that makes sense. So it's going to look really repetitive, and it kind of looks like a bunch of squares with the texture inside. So instead of regular, you want to make sure that it's organic. That way it's a different yet consistent pattern throughout the whole car, especially if you have flat surfaces, it's going to look way better. And yeah, so just a little quick side note, but yeah, again, you can, oh, and if you do want like a color changing effect, so for example, if you want it to like shine and look like it's blue when the light hits it, all you have to do is you have to go to the speckle, and then you just make it like a very light blue, and then you can like turn down the transparency just a little bit more, and so it's gonna look like it's green from here, but when the light hits it, you can see that it's blue. Actually, let me turn that down a bit, my bad. Yeah, you can see that it's blue when the light hits it, but it's green when it's just plain and regular, which is really cool. Yeah, you can see it's blue when the light shines on it. So yeah, that is how you can do a clear coat effect. And you can, and if you don't want the speckle effect, if you just want regular clear coat, you can just apply it to all of your paint body panels on your car, and it is going to look really good. Just trust me, this is so much better than the default Roblox one. So yeah, that's how you can make your car look way better in terms of paint. So with all that being said, let's move on to the next item. Okay, up next we are going to be doing boost gauges. So if your car has a turbocharger or a supercharger or it's twin charge, whatever it may be, I have gauges for you. Especially if your car has a preset turbo gauge and you want it to be functioning, I will show you how. So the model will be in the description, and it is going to be this set right here. You can just like use the speedo tachometer as well for your default gauges, but for the sake of this video, I'm only going to use the boost gauge. And I don't know if this operates well if you get rid of the speedo and the tach, but you can just make them invisible. So since we already have a tachometer, a speedometer on our car, I'm just going to make this transparent. And if you do want a working speedometer and tachometer, I do have a video on that. I forgot which part, but I do have a part where I show you how to make working gauges in case you're interested. But anyways, you want to take this, and the first thing I recommend doing is just like kind of positioning it to where your turbo gauge is. So since this car is naturally aspirated and it does not have a turbo gauge, I'm just going to make one up. I'll just like put it in the center, for example. Yeah, I don't know, I'll just put it like right there, right in the middle, and that's going to be where my turbo gauge is going to be. And yeah, so just like that. And then you can just get rid of delete this. Okay, I lied, so you can actually delete the speedometer and tachometer if you want. So yeah, so first thing I recommend doing is when you have your boost gauge in position and you have it adjusted, you can just put it into MISC and then Control U, so you can ungroup it right there and then just leave that alone. And then you can just put the gauge plugin into plugins just like this. And then right here where it says copy values and MISC weld, since at least what I'm doing, I'm not doing the speedo attack, so I'm only going to copy the boost gauge. But if you are using a speedometer and a tachometer, then you can copy these as well and put them into your MISC weld. But since I'm only doing the turbo gauge, I'm just only going to do the turbo or boost, I could say. So I'm just going to paste that right into there, and there you go. So there is your boost right there, and that's pretty much all you got. So when we hit play, well actually I'm going to turbocharge my car just to show you guys. That would be silly if I didn't turbocharge it. And then when I head into the game and test it out, then my boost gauge should be active. So if I go into first person right here, and then I hold rev, you can see the boost gauge moving right there, and then you can hear the sound as well. So yeah, pretty cool. And that's how you can do a working boost gauge in your car. So yeah, it's pretty sick and a nice little detail to have. And I actually do recommend using the speedometer tachometer on this kit, just because it's 3D and it looks way better than the 2D ones that I showed you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that kit more. Feel free to substitute it out, and yeah, that's how you can do a working boost gauge on your car. Alright, moving on to the next thing on the list. That is going to be just a simple massless script. So if you don't know, every kind of part of your car body in your car has to be massless. But if you don't know how to do all that, or you don't have the time, or it's just, you know, it just takes way too long to check, I have a donor card right here that will link in the description, and this has a built-in massless script, which pretty much makes every single part and mesh on the car massless, which makes sure that your car drives completely accurately and doesn't have any issues. So that's all you're gonna do with that, and you can just get rid of the donor card. That's all. It's just a really easy script that I recommend recommend doing if you want your car to drive its best. If you already have everything massless, it's not necessary, but it's just nice as like a little backup. So yeah, there is the script for that. Just pretty quick. And then there is also another thing that I might as well get out the way, which is also GUI related, and that's going to be a Fortune 0 to 60 timer. So if you want to like time your cars 0 to 60 to be completely accurate, then this is going to be the thing for you. So all you gotta do is delete the thumbnail, delete the camera, and you can just move this and ungroup it into your plugins, and that is all you have to do. So when you go and test and you drive your car, there's going to be like a little timer that pops up right there, and if you want to test out your 0 to 60, all you have to do is click ready, and then you want to get ready. If you have launch control, you should do that, and then it will do your 0 to 60. So my 0 to 60 is 2.8 seconds, and that's all you gotta do. That's how you test your 0 to 60. Nothing fancy, and then you can reset it if you want. And yeah, so it's pretty sick. Definitely recommend it if you're like a very performance oriented driver. And yeah, it's just a nice little tool to have, and yeah, that's pretty useful. Not much to say about it, so let's move on to the next thing on the list. I'm moving on to the next thing on the list, which is one of the last ones. We actually have a seating animation pose, which is going to be super helpful for you guys, and especially for me. So the first thing you want to do is you want to rename all of the seats in your car. So if it says chest to seat, then you want to rename it. So so my car has 4 seats, so I'm going to name it to seat 1, and then seat 2, and C3, etc. You just want to rename all of your seats, and I will show you why this is important. So in the link in the description, I will have a Evo donor card that I'm using, and what you want to do is you want to click the arrow and then go underneath a chassis tune, and then you want to go to under initialize, and you want to go to misc weld, and you want to scroll down until you see function and impose. So you want to ignore all of this, and you want to skip down to where it says end and then function and impose. And what you want to do is you want to click and hold, and then you just want to highlight everything here until it goes down to where it says and impose car.body.seat blah blah blah. So since my car only has 4 seats, excluding the driver's seat, I'm only going to copy it until it says seat 4. But if you do have more seats, what you want to do is you want to copy this line, and then you just want to hold shift and enter at the end of it, create another line, and then if you have like an SUV with 6 seats or something, you can just delete that and then press 6 and they will count. And then you just gotta have your 6th seat renamed as seat 6. So pretty much all the seats in your car have to be named this, and just like go in order. So it's pretty straightforward. So again, since my car only has 4 passenger seats, I'm just going to copy from there, and then boom, that's all you got to do. And then as long as your seats are named correctly and are under your body, all you have to do is test it, and then boom. Oh, also you have to like adjust your seats a lot. I forgot about that. So if your seats are really far down low, in order to like have an accurate position before this, you just got to move them up all the way and then move them forward to where they're pretty much kind of hovering over the actual car seat. So when you press play, it will be more accurate, and there you go. You're sitting down properly inside of your car. Your arms are kind of tucked in, and you can just adjust them accordingly. So I want to sit like a little bit lower, so I'm just going to adjust my seats, and there you go. So when you go to sit in your car, your arms will be tucked in. They won't be sticking out the window or anything. You will just be sitting really politely and very calmly, which is super useful, especially if you have like a small car and you're an R6 user, or just like a blocky player, blocky character. This is such a useful tool, and I love it so much. So yeah, I hope you guys take advantage of this and find this life-saving as much as I do, because I really love it. And yeah, so there you go. You have a seating animation in your passenger seat, easy as that, and there you go. So let's move on to the final thing on the list, which is going to also be a game changer. So let's get right into it. Alrighty, so the final thing that I have to show you for today, that is on my bucket list, and that is going to be working doors, but working windows as well. So even though I did teach you guys how to make working windows and working doors, this is going to be way more advanced. And how so is because the windows are actually going to stick with your doors this time. So in the previous tutorials, if you opened your door while you had your window down, the window would just stay in place right here and your door would just be out there, which looked really bad. So I'm going to kind of revamp that for you guys and just pretty much rework it all, and it's going to be really worth it. So I'll put this in the description, just like everything else. And then pretty much what you want to do is you want to, where it says into body, you want to put it there and ungroup it. That's going to be your hinges. And then you want to get this, put it into your misc, and then since I don't have a trunk, you can get rid of your trunk, and same with if you don't have a hood, you can just get rid of that, and same with your bricks into your body. So if you don't have anything that it says that that's like labeled, so if you don't have a trunk or hood, you can just get rid of that. And then you want to put all this into your drive seat. This is going to be how to control your windows. So yeah, there you go. That's really simple. And then it's pretty much like how we did the doors before. So where it says FL, you just want to put your front left door. Same with your window, and it kind of has it all right here. So it says example mesh, just to make it way easier for you. So I will just be showing you how to do that. So I have my front left door right here, and then I'll just put it into where it says FL, and then I can just ungroup it and then ungroup it again, and there you go, there's the whole door. And then I can just have a mesh part right there, which has a quick detector. And then since this is like different from the previous one, I can just drag this and then move it into my door handle right there, and then you're all good to go. And then for the window, you just want to get your window model and then put it underneath the window body, and there you go. Oh, and also if you do remove anything like from your misc, so if you don't have a trunk or anything or a hood, you have to make sure that you remove it from the script as well, otherwise it will break. So it says HK and TK, which is hood and trunk. I can just get rid of that. And if you only have a two-door car, you can just remove the RL and RR windows, and the doors right here, of course. That way it like doesn't break or anything. It might not break most of the time, but I do it just to be safe. So there you go right there. And it just kind of cleans up your script. So anyways, you want to repeat that process on the front left door and do it for all your other doors. Also, I do recommend that underneath your door handle, I do recommend just like making the warn sound no ID, just because it like stays on and it like constantly chirps at you, which is really annoying. But yeah, so not a huge deal, but I do recommend turning that off. So anyways, you should be set to go. So your door should open just fine right there. You kind of have to get in if they don't load, my bad. And then if you click on like your front left window, it should roll down just like that. So there you go, your window is fully rolled down, and same with your back windows like that. It's that easy. They do kind of clip through a bit. It's not an issue if you just close the door. Yeah, I don't know if there's any way to avoid that, where if your window is too big, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it's really awesome. So if you have like a supercar, or like you want to have like a roleplay slot car, then you can roll down your window, and it is really sweet. And with all that being said, that is the very last one on the list that I have to show for you guys today. Just let me know down in the comments if there's anything else I should include, but I can't really think of anything. Again, if you have any suggestions, let me know. If I did ignore some on accident, that is my bad. It's not on purpose or anything. But I hope you guys really enjoyed part 5 on the slot car tutorial series. This series has gotten a lot of support, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you're new around here, do consider following and liking and subbing. Do whatever. It really helps me out a lot, and it's free, and it does continue to help my channel grow. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I never ignore a comment. And with all that being said, that's all I got for you guys, and I'll catch you later. See ya.